Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. I mean, that Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't know, is not either in prison or a loony bin. This is another congressman on that.
And I have to say, it is pretty rich hearing the gentleman from Georgia express her concern about terrorism when she literally was selling defund the FBI t-shirts and hats on her website for $30 a piece. $30 for the shirts and another $30 for the hats. You don't get both for just the $30. The leading law enforcement agency tasked with combating terrorism in this country and keeping people safe, and she wants to defund it. So I am not going to take any lectures from her on securing this homeland from terror. And with that, I yield back.
She probably wants to defund them before they figure out that she is the pipe bomber. Oops. Oh, allegedly, maybe.
Allegedly. I really wish that would happen, though. I mean, what a gift that would be, wouldn't it? If that finally happened.
Yeah. Oh, my God. By the way, we were just saying, speaking of Taylor Swift, and, you were talking about what a good person. It's just stuck in my head, watching this Biden on a call with the parents of the, fallen soldiers. And just, again, comparing and contrasting what a good person he is. This part of the White House said he was grateful for their time. He expressed to them how proud we all are of their service. I mean, it's just contrasted with Donald Trump making everything about himself, telling the mother of a fallen soldier, well, he knew what he was signing up for. I mean, he's a sociopath. And Biden, they also said Biden gauged the family's feeling about him going to the dignified transfer. The fact that, Trump just made everything about him. I thought, you just couldn't see a better example of the kind of human Biden is.
Absolutely. And it's so sad that I don't know how much of his empathy comes from his own personal loss, but it's tremendous. If you've ever met this man in person, he exudes caring for other human beings. He wants you to feel seen and embraced. He is a good man and he has an incredible heart. There's no comparison when it comes to Trump, but I think Biden, just in general, even if he wasn't the president of the United States, I think people would see him as just a really empathic man.
Yeah. I met him once when he was vice president, and I know what you mean. I don't know whether Chris, you always say that's a good politician.
Right.
In one way, but you're right. I think with him, it's authentic that he really made me feel like he knew who I was. Right. He was focused on, connecting. And I thought, you're right. That's something Gavin
Newsom has that. Bill Clinton had that.
Yeah.
Barack Obama had that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton has that and got himself into some
trouble. But, you can use your powers for good.
Some people can overconnect.
Yeah, so you can use your powers for good or evil.
I remember a story that you told Steffi about being in the room, and you were like, I even wanted to, and I don't want to.
I would sleep with him, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was telling the story when I worked at Oxygen, and Bill Clinton was down in Chelsea Marketplace. There were 3 floors of women that worked at Oxygen, and everybody was down in Chelsea Market.
It emptied out.
Yeah. It was like peanuts. Everyone was like,
you just gotta use your powers for good and not evil.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yep.
You're so adorable. Can I just say, your tweet was fantastic. You said more than 35,000 people registered to vote after Taylor Swift posted about it. Republicans, she's a plant for the deep state and Joe Biden. Donald Trump led a coup to overthrow our democracy, is Putin's puppet, and stole multiple classified documents. Republicans, what a patriot. We are officially in the upside down, aren't we?
We absolutely are. And it's probably way more than 35,000 by now, but
right.
Yep.
But that tells you everything you need to know about Republicans. At that time, she didn't say vote for Democrats. She just said vote. I want to get young people involved. But they're terrified.
But Steffi, we know Republicans don't want everyone to be able to vote. God forbid they would never win another election in their lifetime. Ever.
By the way, and that's why it's such a smart political strategy. We're having trouble getting young voters and women. I know. Let's go after the most popular young woman in show business.
Great idea. I just want to get a picture of they call them Swifties, and you know how they collect bracelets?
Friendship
I want to be like,
yeah.
This is what Taylor Swift fans collect, and then a picture of someone with a bunch of AR-15s and this is what Donald Trump fans collect. There's just no comparison. And I think it's hysterical that he thinks he's more popular than Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh, you said, you also tweeted, Jack Prosobiec literally said, we don't have Taylor Swift on our side, but we have Kid Rock, we have Ted Nugent, we have influencers, we have all these people. And you said, and now I can't stop laughing.
And we have John Voight. I didn't get it into the tweet, but John Voight. All of us should be
Yikes.
terrified.
Yikes. Yeah, we were saying it is like funny, but kind of like sad and terrifying. Because I was saying I didn't even know like the millions she's given to charity, and just some of that she is just such a beacon of sort of joy and light and positivity in the world. I mean, it's like punching Bambi. I'm like,
Right.
really,
That's a really good analogy. Yeah, it would be like being angry at Mother Teresa. Like Taylor Swift, what she has done with her money, she takes care of everyone on her crew, like above and beyond.
Yep.
They were talking about the other day at one of the football, I think one of the arenas, that she had to get up to the suite. And so everything got put on lockdown in the elevator because they needed to get, and she literally tipped everyone $100 because she was like, wait a minute, you guys work here. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. She's a mensch. That's what we call her in the Jewish tradition. She's a mensch.
Yeah. By the way, Beth Lapidus just referred to Passover as Days of Wine and Moses. And I just think that's a really funny joke. Okay. We just had Tristan Snell on, and I thought, this goes to the heart of it, too. Donald Trump hates Taylor Swift for having more fans than him, for being more likable than him, for actually having talent unlike him, for actually being a billionaire and a successful business mogul unlike him. I mean, she is triggering right-wing men like nobody's business, right?
She is, but also what a bizarre world we're living in where they're actually worried about a pop singer swaying an election instead of passing legislation. You just touched on it. This is one of the most incompetent House of Representatives we've ever had. I think 23 bills have been passed since they had the majority since the midterms. It's absurd.
Yeah.
They're just not doing anything. So let's put a block on the border. Let's not fix that. Let's go after Taylor Swift. I think their priorities are kind of screwed up.
And we were saying, and they're just saying it quiet pot out loud all the time now. They're just no, we don't, it's a crisis, but we got to wait for Donald Trump. It can wait a year and whatever. Chuck Grassley said, this will help
If
Biden.
anyone's going to fix the crisis, it's going to be Donald Trump.
Yes. Gerald Nadler on all this.
But this is pitiful. And it's minor league stuff compared to major legislation that will actually solve our border problem. And that legislation is pending in the Senate. The Senate will probably pass it next week. But we are told that it won't even be allowed to come to a vote in the House. Why? Because Marjorie Taylor Greene has said that if the Speaker brings any immigration bill that the Senate passes to the floor, she will move to vacate the chair.
What a hot mess of a party. I mean, seriously.
I just don't understand how their constituents don't realize they are literally not doing anything. They're not doing what they were elected to do. They're not fixing anything. For her to say that out loud, it's just absurd to me that these people somehow get reelected. I hope that people are primarying anyone that has any sort of a close seat right now.
Yeah.